Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. Women don't want a man who chases them. They want a man they have to chase. They want a guy who commands respect without saying a word. The moment you start chasing her, you put yourself below her, and once she senses that, the attraction dies. But if you flip the script and show her you're not playing by her rules, she'll come crawling back to you. And today I'm going to teach you how to do exactly that. It's time to flip the power dynamic and make her fight to be in your life. We've all been taught the same lie: the more effort you put in, the more she'll love you. But in reality, the harder you try, the faster she runs away. Let me ask you this: how many times have you seen guys overextend themselves, planning fancy dates, texting constantly, buying gifts, and yet the girl still pulls back? It's because the more you give, the less she values you. Think about it. When was the last time you really wanted something that was handed to you for free? The chase is what makes something valuable, and in the same way, when you stop chasing her, you become a challenge again, a prize worth fighting for. This is your opportunity to change the entire dynamic. Let's dive right in. Number 1. Understanding why women lose interest. Before we even get into the tactics, you need to understand why she's pulling back in the first place. Let me tell you, this isn't random. Women don't just pull away for no reason. It's all about power dynamics. When a woman feels like she has too much control in a relationship, the attraction dies. It's not a conscious decision on her part, it's just how humans work. If she feels like she's got you on a leash, she'll get bored and eventually start looking elsewhere. The harsh reality is that people don't value what comes too easily. It's human nature, and in relationships, it's no different. If you've been over-available, too eager to please, or too quick to respond, you've already lost some of your value in her eyes. Think about it. When she knows you're always going to pick up the phone, always going to be there for her, she stops appreciating your presence. She starts taking you for granted. The moment she feels like she doesn't need to work for your attention, she'll pull back. Let me break it down for you. Women test men constantly, and they do it without even realizing it. These tests come in the form of pulling back, acting cold, or becoming distant. It's her way of seeing how much control she has over you. If you start chasing her, blowing up her phone, or trying to fix things, you're telling her that she's in charge, that she can dictate the terms of the relationship. And that's exactly when she loses attraction. Maybe you've been dating for a few months, and she starts taking longer to reply to your texts. At first, you shrug it off, but after a while, it's clear she's pulling away. Your instinct tells you to fix it, to send a thoughtful text, or maybe surprise her with something sweet. But here's what you need to understand. The moment you give her that validation, you lose even more ground. It's not about fixing things on the surface. It's about resetting the power dynamic entirely. Number 2. Emotional detachment. Now that you understand why she's pulling back, it's time to introduce the most powerful tool in your arsenal: emotional detachment. When you pull back emotionally, you create space for her to miss you. The minute you stop caring so much, she will start caring more. And this isn't about playing games, it's about regaining your power and commanding respect without saying a word. Emotional detachment is a game changer. Most guys fail here because they think showing less interest will make them lose the girl for good. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop being available, stop caring about every little thing she does, and stop seeking her validation, you become attractive again. Think about the last time you desperately wanted something you couldn't have, whether it was a job, a deal, or even attention from someone. That feeling of wanting it more just because it was out of reach, that's what happens to her when you pull back. You need to act like you're completely unbothered by her pulling away. No texts, no calls, no checking her Instagram stories. You become a ghost. Why? Because your silence speaks louder than any words. The minute she feels your absence, she starts thinking about you again. She starts wondering if she made a mistake, if you're seeing someone else, if you've moved on, and that's when the tables turn. In today's world, people are more connected than ever: social media, texting, FaceTime. It's hard to go a day without knowing what someone's doing. But that's why emotional detachment works so well. When you're not reacting to her posts, not engaging with her updates, she starts to feel your absence in a way that's impossible to ignore. Number 3. Avoiding the common mistakes that keep men stuck. Here's where most guys blow it. They panic when they don't hear from her, and they start making mistakes. They send a text, they comment on her Instagram post, they ask mutual friends about her. These might seem like small moves, but each one of them destroys your chances of getting her back. Most guys can't handle the silence. They think, I'll just send one message to check in. But here's the truth, that one message is enough to blow the entire plan. What? Because the moment you reach out, you've shown her that you're still thinking about her, that she's still in control. And once she knows that, you've lost the upper hand. Let's say she posts a picture of herself looking amazing on Instagram, maybe even a little provocative. Your instinct might be to like the photo, maybe even drop a comment or DM her about how great she looks. But guess what? That's exactly what she wants. She's fishing for your attention, and by giving it to her, you're validating her behavior. You're showing her that you're still hooked. The worst part? When you engage with her on social media, you give her the validation she needs without having to work for it. She gets to feel desired and wanted, all without actually putting in the effort to earn your attention back. That's why you need to ignore it all. No likes, no comments, no DMs. Let her wonder why you haven't noticed. Let her miss you. Number 4. The power of no contact. Why going silent makes her miss you. Now we're getting into one of the most effective strategies, the no contact rule. This is where you go completely silent. No texts, no calls, no checking in. You disappear from her life completely. And this is what flips the switch in her mind. No contact is psychological warfare. Women are used to men who can't handle the silence. They expect you to chase, to reach out, to keep the conversation going. But when you don't do any of that, it disrupts their entire sense of control. Suddenly she's not the one in power anymore, you are. She starts wondering what happened. Did you lose interest? Are you seeing someone else? And this fear of losing you drives her crazy. For the next 30 days you are a ghost. You don't text her, call her, or interact with her in any way, not even a hey, just checking in message. And trust me, this will be the hardest part. Most guys can't handle the idea of complete silence. They get impatient, thinking, what if she moves on? But here's the reality, the longer you stay silent, the more she'll miss you. In today's world, people are used to constant connection. Everyone's texting, snapping, DMing. But when you go dark, when she can't see what you're doing, who you're with, or where you are, it creates a void. And that void is what makes her realize what she's missing. She'll start to wonder, and eventually that curiosity will turn into action. She'll reach out. Number 5. How to stay focused during no contact. The biggest mistake men make during no contact is sitting around waiting for her to text. They obsess over when she's going to reach out, checking their phones every 5 minutes. But that's not what no contact is about. The point is to focus on you. While you're going no contact, you need to be improving yourself in every possible way. Hit the gym, build your business, learn new skills. This is your time to become the best version of yourself. You're not just sitting around waiting for her to come back. You're making her want to come back by becoming the kind of man she can't resist. When she finally reaches out, you don't want to be the same guy she pulled away from. You want to be a completely new version of yourself. Stronger, more confident, more successful. This isn't just about making her miss you. It's about leveling up your life so that when she does come back, you're the prize. Look at some of the most successful men in the world. Many of them hit their peak after going through a major setback, a breakup, a failure, or a loss. They used that pain as fuel to become better. And that's exactly what you need to do. Number 6. Use heartbreak as fuel. Heartbreak is painful, no doubt about it, but it's also the most powerful fuel you'll ever have. Every time you feel the urge to text her, every time you feel that sting of rejection, use it as fuel to push yourself harder. Most men waste heartbreak by wallowing in self-pity, but this is your chance to turn it into a weapon. Heartbreak doesn't just have to be a moment of weakness. It can be the start of the strongest version of yourself. Turn your pain into power. Heartbreak can either destroy you or build you. The choice is yours. You can either sit around feeling sorry for yourself, replaying every conversation in your mind, stalking her on social media, wondering where you went wrong. Or you can use that pain to transform into a stronger, more successful version of yourself. And trust me, when she sees what you've become, she'll regret ever pulling away. Every time you feel that urge to reach out, every time you feel the pain of losing her, Remind yourself that this is a pivotal moment. This is the point where most men give up. But you're not most men. Remind yourself that you're better than that. You're not going to crumble under this. Instead, you're going to build yourself up. Use that pain as motivation to hit the gym harder, to work longer hours, to improve every aspect of your life. The best revenge isn't getting her back. It's becoming the man she regrets losing. And here's the truth, women always come back. Maybe it'll take weeks, months, or even years, but they always circle back. When they see that you've leveled up, the goal here isn't to make her regret leaving you, though she will. The goal is to make yourself so high value that her opinions and actions no longer have the power to affect you. When you channel your heartbreak into personal growth, you don't just win her back, you win at life. Some of the most successful men in history used their pain and heartbreak as fuel to push them to greatness. Look at athletes, business magnates, and artists. They all turn their heartbreak into something powerful, and you can do the same. This is your moment. Many moguls and public figures have faced some form of loss or rejection that became the catalyst to elevate them to the next level. This is your opportunity. Don't let the pain defeat you. Instead, use it to fuel your drive and become the best version of yourself. While many people waste their time binge-watching Netflix or chasing distractions to fill a void, the winners are those who take the pain and turn it into productivity. Every hour spent feeling sorry for yourself is an hour that could have been used to improve your life. Instead of focusing on her, focus on what you can do today to get closer to your goals. One essential aspect of your transformation is building emotional strength. This isn't just about winning her back, it's about becoming emotionally bulletproof, unshakable, and grounded in who you are. The stronger you are emotionally, the less you'll rely on external validation, and the more attractive you'll become to women and everyone around you. Emotional strength is the foundation for every successful relationship and achievement in life. Without it, you're constantly swayed by what others think, say, or do. When you don't have emotional strength, every pullback from her feels like a personal attack. But when you're emotionally strong, you rise above it. You become the type of man who doesn't let anyone dictate his feelings or reactions, and that is the key to long-term attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who are in control of their emotions. They are attracted to those who stay calm under pressure, even when things feel unstable. To become this man, practice emotional detachment in every area of your life. This doesn't mean you stop caring, but it means you stop reacting to everything. Her mood swings, silence, or pullbacks should no longer dictate your emotional state. You stay steady. When you practice this, something magical happens. You become the rock she can depend on. You become the man who is unshakable in the face of challenges, and this makes you irresistible. Think about the most successful men in the world. They don't get thrown off course by every little obstacle. They stay calm under pressure, and that's why they succeed. It's the same in relationships. When she tests you, pulls back, or becomes emotional, stay composed. Don't react emotionally because you know your value doesn't come from her approval. It comes from within. The next step is making her miss you. Here's the secret: stop giving her attention. Stop validating her. When you pull back, she'll start to miss you because you're no longer available. In a world where everyone is constantly connected, your absence will be the loudest message you can send. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. When you're always available, she doesn't have the chance to miss you. But when you go silent, when you remove yourself from her life, she starts to feel that void, and that's when she'll start missing you. Women, especially in today's world, are surrounded by attention from social media likes, texts from guys, and compliments from all directions. But all that is just noise. When you go silent, you break through that noise. She'll start wondering why you're not texting her, why you're not liking her pictures, and why you're not commenting on her posts. That silence creates mystery, and mystery creates attraction. Imagine this. You're the guy who's always reacting to her Instagram posts, liking her photos, commenting on her stories. You think you're showing interest, but to her, you're just another guy trying to get her attention. But when you stop reacting, when you don't like her latest selfie, when you don't comment on her new post, she notices. It's human nature. The more you withhold your attention, the more valuable it becomes to her. She'll start wondering why you're not giving her the validation she's used to, and that uncertainty drives her crazy. The next time she posts a story out with her friends, laughing, having fun, and you're used to checking in with an looks like a good time message. Don't respond. Don't watch her story, don't like her post. In her mind she'll be thinking, did I lose him? Is he seeing someone else? This uncertainty is powerful, it eats away at her. The more she doesn't hear from you, the more she'll miss you. If she posts thirst traps or indirect messages on social media, stay cool. Don't engage. Let her feel that you're out of reach. Your lack of reaction will drive her crazy, and she'll start thinking about you more than ever. In an era of constant communication, your silence is golden. When she realizes she can't get your attention like before, she'll be the one chasing after you, trying to figure out what changed. It's all about flipping the script. In a world where everyone is constantly connected, you stand out by being the one who isn't. When you stop showing up in her notifications, you're no longer part of the noise. Now you're the silent presence she can't ignore. And that silence becomes the most powerful tool in your arsenal to make her miss you. Now, what do you do when she finally reaches out? When she does, stay calm and play it cool. Don't immediately fall back into the same dynamic that led to her pulling away in the first place. This is your moment to show her that you've changed. You're not the same guy who used to hang on her every word. Keep your response short, keep it confident, and let her work for your attention. The key here is not to show that you're overly eager. When she reaches out, she's testing the waters. Maybe she misses you, maybe she's curious, or maybe she's just looking for validation. Regardless of why she's reaching out, the worst thing you can do is respond immediately with a long, emotional message. She'll see through that and know she still has power over you. Instead, remain composed. Let her know you're doing just fine without her and that she needs to work for your time and attention. If she sends a casual message like, "Hey, how have you been?" don't respond right away. Wait a few hours, or even a day. When you do respond, keep it short and indifferent. "I've been good, busy with some projects. How about you?" Notice how you're not giving her any emotional leverage here. You're simply stating that you've been busy and moving forward with your life. This keeps her wondering if she still holds a place in your world. By delaying your response and keeping it brief, you're signaling that your life doesn't revolve around her anymore. Don't fall back into old habits after she reaches out. It's tempting to rekindle things quickly, especially if she seems interested again, but remember, this is about resetting the power dynamic. Let her come to you. Let her work to regain your attention. Respond when necessary, but always maintain the upper hand by staying focused on your own life and goals. Let's say she asks to meet up. Maybe she says, "We should hang out sometime," or "I miss you, let's catch up." Instead of jumping at the opportunity, play it cool. Respond with something like, "Yeah, maybe. I've got a lot going on this week, but we'll see." This keeps the control firmly in your hands. You're showing her that she's no longer your top priority, and that's a powerful message. You're letting her know that if she wants to see you, she'll have to fit into your schedule, not the other way around. Women are naturally drawn to men who have purpose and direction. When she sees you're not dropping everything to meet her or shower her with attention, it sends a clear signal. You have a life and she's no longer the center of it. This reversal in the dynamic will make her want you more because now she has to earn your time and attention again. It also makes you more attractive because you've demonstrated emotional strength and independence, traits that are irresistible to most women. Once she's back, the power dynamics need to change. You can't go back to the same situation where she had the upper hand. This time it's different. You need to make sure she knows you're not the guy who's going to chase. If she wants to stay in your life, she needs to respect your boundaries. When she reaches out, don't just welcome her back with open arms like nothing happened. You need to reset the relationship dynamics and make it clear that you're in control now. Let her know that you've changed. You're not the same guy who was at her beck and call, responding to every little thing she did. She'll be expecting the old you, the one who was always available. But what she needs to find is a man who values himself first and foremost. When she comes back, she needs to earn her place in your life again. Don't give her the same level of access she had before. If she was your main priority before, she's not anymore. She's going to have to prove herself, show that she values your time and respects your new boundaries. You have to communicate these boundaries clearly but calmly. Don't be aggressive or defensive. Instead, let her know that things have changed, and if she wants to be part of your life, she needs to respect the new dynamic. Let her feel that her past behavior won't be tolerated anymore. You're not the man she pulled away from. You've evolved, and she needs to rise to your level if she wants to be with you. When she tries to reach out, don't immediately jump into long conversations or make plans to meet up. Instead, keep the initial interactions light and controlled. If she asks to meet, let her know you're busy and that you'll get back to her when you have time. This way, you're establishing that your time is valuable, and she can no longer expect you to be available at the snap of her fingers. Consistency is key. Boundaries only work if you maintain them. If she tries to test you again by pulling back or playing games, stand firm. She should know that if she crosses the line, you're willing to walk away without hesitation. No more second chances. This is about respect, and if she can't give you that, then she doesn't deserve your time or attention. This journey isn't just about fixing a broken relationship. It's about fixing yourself. When you put in the work and elevate your life, you won't just have one woman wanting your attention. You'll have options. That is what makes you unstoppable. You're no longer the guy begging for her approval. You're the guy who commands respect effortlessly. She'll notice. Everyone will notice. And when she comes crawling back, it won't even matter if you take her back or not, because you've become the kind of man who is in control of his destiny. Now it's time to act. This isn't a video you just watch and forget. It's a wake-up call. If you're serious about taking control of your life, it starts now. Don't just sit back and let the same old patterns run your relationships. It's time to become the high-value man you were always meant to be. If you're ready to turn your pain into power, to stop chasing and start living on your own terms, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is where you'll find the tools, the mindset, and the strategies to elevate every aspect of your life. Like this video if you found even one piece of advice that hit home, and share it with someone who's stuck in that same cycle. Don't wait for change, create it. The first step to becoming the man who commands respect and attention starts here.